Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Today and for the next 2 weeks for language arts, we are going to be working on our book report. As always, when we finish a fantastic book, we do a book report of some sort. So because we are not in school, we are going to do this completely on Google Slides. I'm going to walk you through exactly what the next 2 weeks is going to look like. We're going to go through all of this information. We're going to go through all of the things to remember, and then we're going to walk through your book report rubric. After that, I am also going to start my example. Now, instead of doing because of Mr. Terupt, I am going to be doing no talking. However, you are going to be doing because of Mr. Terupt. So let's get started. Here's our directions. We're going to focus on these 8 required slides for right now. There is a number 9 and 10. We're not going to worry about them right this second. If we end up having extra time or whatever the case, then we will worry about slides 9 and 10. So, slide 1 is your title slide. You need to include the title, the author, and a picture of the cover of the book, or a picture that represents the book. So this is a little different than the dodecahedron we were working on. You can have a picture of the cover of the book. Or if you would rather find a picture that represents the book, that's fine too. Slide 2 is the setting. You are including a written description of the main setting of the book. This should be at least 2 sentences describing one main location of the book and what it looks like. You also need to include a background or picture that helps to show this setting. Slides 3 and 4 are discussing your 8 characters. So, and because of Mr. Terupt, there is obviously Mr. Terupt, Jessica, Anna, Danielle, Alexia, Peter, Jeffrey, and Luke. That is 8 characters. So characters 1 through 4. You are writing at least 3 sentences describing the characters in this story. You are including their behavior and at least 1 character trait that describes the character. Number 4, are characters 5 through 8. Write at least 3 sentences describing the characters in the story and include their behavior and at least 1 character trait that describes the character. Okay, slides 5 through 7, and this will all be next week. We're just reviewing right now. Slide 5 is the summary part 1, the beginning. Write a paragraph about the beginning of the story. Include only the important events. Include a picture that relates to something that happens during this part of the story. Slide 6, summary part 2, the middle. Write a paragraph about the middle of the story. Include only the important events. Include a picture that relates to something that happens during this part of the story. Slide 7, summary part 3, the end. Again, write a paragraph about the end of the story. Include only the important events, but don't give away the ending. Include a picture that relates to something that happens during this part of the story. And slide 8, theme. What is the message that the author is trying to teach through this book? Explain the theme and why you think so. Include a picture that relates to the theme. When we get to this slide, I am just going to do a little mini review of the difference between the theme and the main idea. Okay, again, slides 9 and 10, I'm just going to read over real quick, but we're probably not going to even worry about them. Number 9 would be your book recommendation and rating. Who would you recommend this book to, and what rating would you give this book from 1 being low to 5 being high? Would all students like this book, or just your grade and up? Would boys and girls like it? Only students who like sports, actions, fairy tale, etc. Describe who would like this book and why. Then give the book a rating from 1 to 5 and tell us why. And then slide 10 would just be an extra slide if you want. So for today, you are only working on slides 1 and 2. Again, for today, you are only working on slides 1 and 2. And I'm going to show you my example in a second. All right, things to remember. You will be graded on proper spelling, grammar, and writing conventions, as well as following the directions. As always, this is not different from any other project we have done. Please check these directions frequently as you finish each slide to make sure you have followed all of the directions. You should use transitions between each of your slides for a more finished project. You can change the font, color, and size of the words, but make sure all of your words can be read easily. If you are not sure about something, you have plenty of time to ask. Don't wait until the last minute. And finally, late projects will lose points, so plan ahead. What that means: again, your assignments are not optional. I am assigning slides 1 and 2 today, which means slides 1 and 2 are completed today. You are not putting them off. You are doing them today. Here is a copy of the rubric for your information as you create the project. So your whole point system is out of 50 points. So if you get a 50 out of 50, that means you have 100. All right, your title slide includes the title, author, and picture. That is for 3 points. Your setting, at least 2 sentences describing one setting well, and includes a picture. That's for 5 points. Characters 1 through 4 includes important characters and traits, and then characters 5 through 8 are the same. Both of those are worth 5 points. Your summaries, important events described in paragraph form, includes pictures. For all of those are each worth 4 points, so 12 points total for those 3 slides. The theme, author's message explained as well as why, picture included for 4 points. And here is for your recommendation and rating. If we don't get to that, you'll just get a 4 here. If we do get to that, you'll have to work to get a 4. Conventions, your overall paragraph format, spelling, grammar, sentence structure, etc. Again, that's no different than any other project we have done. That is for 7 points. And effort and creativity, you followed all directions and put effort into the project, and your project was on time, is worth 5 points. Guys, this is going for a test grade. You need to do your absolute best. Try your best not to fall behind. If you fall behind, it's only making things harder on yourself. So again, today, Tuesday, we are only working on slides 1 and 2. So we're going to pop over here. This is my blank Google slide, and I'm going to work on the title slide. So again, I told you I am doing no talking. So no talking, and you need to include the author's name. So my author was Andrew Clements. Now, we also need a picture. So I'm going to come over here, insert, image, search the web. Sometimes, and I know that this one isn't going to come up, it's not going to come up over here. I don't know why. There's Andrew Clements. I don't know what's happening. So I'm just going to copy that, pop over here, open Google up, paste that in, look at images, and here we go. So I'm going to take, let's just do this one. I'm going to copy it. So if you right click, you can copy the image, go back to your PowerPoint, right click again, and paste it in. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy over here for a second because now I want to think about how I want to lay my words out. I'm actually going to do a side-by-side setup. So I'm going to move my title up like this. I'm going to move the author's name over so that it's underneath the title, just like that. Then I'm going to be able to move the picture over so that it takes up the other half. I also would like to do, a no talking symbol. And I'm going to do this guy. And I'm going to put him right here. I'm also going to change the background color of my slide. And I'm sure you guys know how to do that. But for those who don't, I'm just going to come up to slide right here, change background, color, and I think I'm going to make it this blue and hit done. So that's my first slide. I have the title, I have the author's name, and I have both a picture that represents the book and a picture of the book cover. Remember, you only need one or the other. So now I'm going to move on to my second slide. You can either come up here and hit File, New. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, so you can come to Slide and then hit New Slide, or if you see Control plus M, you can hit the Control button and the M, and a new, oh no, what happened? Undo. Okay, all right, starting over, guys. Technology is not my friend. All right, make this blue real quick. Now I'm going to hit Control M. All right. If you remember, the setting for my book, or for No Talking, was Laketon Elementary School, and it was actually located in New Jersey, but I'm actually going to leave New Jersey out. I'm just going to put Laketon Elementary School. And just because I prefer it, I'm going to center this. So I'm going to hit these 3 little dots right here for more. And I'm going to find the Align button and hit the center one. Now I'm going to come down here. Okay. So I just copy and pasted what I had already written out just to save some time. So I wrote, the setting takes place at Laketon Elementary School located in New Jersey. I know this is the main setting because the students were eating lunch and learning in their classrooms. This story takes place in the present because Dave was researching Gandhi on a computer for social studies. So, without giving it away, because of Mr. Terupt is probably going to follow some of the same settings. It also takes place in present, and most of it also takes place in school. So, just throwing that out there. Now, if I go back to my directions, I also need to include a background or a picture that helps to show this setting. So, I'm actually going to find a picture of an elementary school. But I'm not just going to type in elementary school because I'm going to get all a bunch of random elementary schools throughout the country. I'm going to put clip art so that I get a nice, cute little image, and I'm going to pick one. This is a good one. Double click. We're going to shrink that down a little bit, and I'm going to put it as centered as I can. I also think I would like to change the background of this slide. So again, I went to slide, change background. I'm not going to make it the same blue. I actually think I'm going to make it yellow. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And just like that, my 2 slides are done. So again, slide 1 has my title, my author, and either a picture of the book cover or a picture that represents the book. And in my case, I have both. And my second slide is the setting. It has where the main setting is, Laketon Elementary School. I have at least 2 sentences. I actually have 3 that's explaining the setting and how I know. And then I have a picture that represents the setting. So again, today you are only doing slides 1 and 2. Please do not get behind. If you get behind, we're going to run into the problem of you're going to end up having 4 or 6 slides to do in one day, and that is just too much. Please get these 2 slides completed today. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, you guys are doing because of Mr. Terupt, not No Talking. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here waiting for them.